At this point, you're saying, wow, that sounds a little bit scary. Luckily, in order to declare war on a country, Bush has to, like, ask Congress. Oh, but he doesn't. He thinks he already has the authorization. In fact, Hillary Clinton helped give it to him. Let's have a look at this. This is from Dave Lindorf in the Baltimore Sun and Chronicle on April 28th of this year. There would be no melodramatic congressional debate over the reasons for going to war against yet a third nation this time around. Thanks to the 2001 authorization for use of military force passed by Congress in October of 2001 and never rescinded, to authorize the attack on the Taliban and al-Qaeda in Iraq, which Bush and Cheney have illegally and outrageously interpreted as declaration of a global and unending war on terror. The administration is claiming it has the right to attack any nation it defines as terrorist at any time without authorization. Presidential candidate Hillary Clinton helped promote war against Iran a few months ago by backing a Senate resolution authored by Senators Joe Lieberman and John Kyle that defined the Iranian Revolutionary Guard as a global terrorist organization. That was all Bush and Cheney needed, as Clinton, Lieberman, and Kyle clearly knew. So, this is going to be a problem. And the amazing thing about it is, what are we doing this all for? Why are we attacking Iran? Well, we got a couple of justifications. We have the totally bogus new version of weapons of mass destruction talking about Iran's nuclear program, which our own intelligence said what they disbanded that entire program in 2003. And by the way, Iran has been very cooperative with the international, energy monitoring, outfit that's supposed to find out about whether or not they're using their technology peacefully. We don't really have any arguments against this, except that we think they're doing something that they're not telling these people about. Well, haven't you heard that argument before? But check this quotation out from Justin Raimondo from antiwar.com, once again, April 28th of this year. Iran, a signatory to the Non-Proliferation Treaty, says it is not seeking to build nuclear weapons, and that the production of nuclear energy for peaceful uses is the one and only goal of its activities on this front. This is more than Israel can say, far more. Everyone knows the Israelis have nukes, the technology which they probably stole from us. And they are one of the few civilized countries who haven't signed the NPT and refuse to even discuss doing so. So, I don't know. I'm generally with the group of people who think that the Israelis are far more dangerous than the Iranians. But all of that aside, we can't afford this. We can't afford it militarily. We can't afford it financially. We can't afford it just for the state of the country. What should we do about this? Well, I'm not sure what we can do. I mean, at this point it almost seems like a fait accompli already. But what I am doing, and what I suggest everybody do, is talk to everybody you know. Talk to literally everybody you know. Make a nuisance of yourself. Bring the topic up with people who you don't want to hear it. I've talked to this about this with my parents. I talked about this with my friends. I talk about this with people at my kids' school. And I make a nuisance of myself because I think we have to talk about this. We have to talk about it before we're in another war that we don't approve of, that's going to be absolutely disastrous for us. If we start this war, I can assure you that the casualties are going to be far higher than that for the Iraq War. Far higher. Why? Because we're not dealing with an emasculated country that's spent 12 years under genocidal sanctions. We're dealing with a country that's had lots and lots of years of oil revenue, that had lots of time during which we've been threatening them and during which they have been preparing for us to attack. So, get on the horn. Write to your congressman. Write to your local paper. Talk to everybody you know and make sure that if the administration goes ahead with this, that they know that people are against it. that people don't believe their case. And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to go on record. I'm going to say I do not believe the administration's case for war. I do not believe in the cause belli that they will come up with to say that war has to be undertaken. I don't believe it. I don't believe it now, and I don't believe it when they're going to try to shove it down my throat later. And you need to talk to everybody and tell them that you don't believe it and that you do not support this war. You are against it. You don't want us to go. You don't think it's worth it. Tell everybody you know. Thanks for listening.